Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead and get started. My name is Steve Hester, and I serve as the System Chief Medical Officer, and joined today by Mayor Greg Fisher and President and CEO of the Y, Steve Tarver. And really appreciate you all joining us today for this exciting announcement. You know, Norton Healthcare prides itself on promoting and supporting the health and wellness of our patients and community. We're well known for our achievements in care and our goal of creating a healthier community, but we're also equally committed to being the healthiest employer in the region. Last year, we were ranked as one of the top 15 healthiest workplaces in America by Healthiest Employers, and we received Healthiest Employer of Greater Louisville honors for the third consecutive year. In 2012, we launched In Good Health, our internal wellness program. More than 90% of our 13,000 employees participate in Good Health, and the results have been tremendous. I'd like to just take a quick moment to recognize Allison Ledford. Allison has led this program. Allison's led this program from the beginning and has put together a wonderful team who really do support both our employees and work to create wellness in the community, and just done a wonderful job. And so we couldn't do it without her leadership. You know, the participants in this program have had lower inpatient admissions, readmissions, and emergency room immediate care center visits. They have employee medical costs are 20% lower than expected. In other words, we've been able to control our health costs while increasing investments in our biggest asset, our employees. This is all great news, but we can do more. Today, we're excited to announce a new partnership that will go a long way toward improving employee health, not just at Norton, but could also serve as a model for employee wellness among companies throughout our city. Norton Healthcare and the YMCA are teaming up to pilot the YMCA's Y at Work program. In partnership, Norton and the Y have created this expanded and refurbished on-site fitness center for Norton employees, complete with state-of-the-art equipment. The Y will run the day-to-day operations and will provide their nationally recognized programming and expertise to Norton's employees, including personal trainers and health coaches, as well as offering fitness classes such as cycling and boot camps. These programs will be offered at times convenient for Norton employees and their busy schedules. Especially with our 24-hour workplace, it's incredibly important that we offer this flexibility. By teaming up with the Y, we at Norton believe we're offering our employees more opportunities to live healthier lifestyles, which in turn will help them provide even better care to our patients. Nothing better than being able to take employees who have knowledge of their own health and share that with patients and continue to further that knowledge into the community. Y at Work also could have major implications for the rest of our city, which Steve Tarver will talk about in a moment. Norton Healthcare is excited about this partnership and excited to see it grow across our Norton system. Through it, we are strengthening our commitment to worksite wellness and the health of our employees. We're giving our employees more than just a place to work out. We're connecting them to a renowned name in fitness to help them reach their health and wellness goals. Again, thank you for being here today, and right now I'd like to turn the mic over to Mayor Greg Fisher, someone who's certainly driven our city to grow wellness, improve the health of our citizens in this community, and created great programs for Louisville. Mayor Fisher.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. And thank everybody for coming out here today. It's got a great look outside and looks very healthy. Before I get started on these remarks, I want to thank Norton for all of their sponsoring of the hike, bike, and paddle over the years. We just completed on 2 days ago or so, and we had probably our best record ever. About 12,500 people came out to participate in outdoor activities, and that's just one expression of what we're trying to do here in the city. And I don't know about you guys, but we see from time to time these national rankings, and it says, we're just not doing as good as we should be doing as a city compared to other cities. And I know we're all competitive, and that has got to irritate you all like it irritates me. So it's good to see programs like this come to life, because like so many of our big problems, it's like, oh, how are we going to solve obesity? How are we going to solve the education gap? You solve it one person at a time, but you've got to create the landscape for that type of success to come together. And we're blessed to live in a city with, we got great quality of life, we got terrific parks, we got great arts here, we got great restaurants as well, and we got great festivals from Derby to Forecastle and everything in between. Our economy is growing strong, so we got a lot of really good things going for us. But when we take a look at health, we're just not getting it done the way that we need to get it done. A lot of the factors are one of the major factor that brings us down. We're not talking about this here today, but it is related in terms of healthy living. Is we just still have too many people smoking, and we know that tobacco will kill you, and it shortens your life, and it decreases your quality of life as well. And I don't hesitate saying that. So we want to help people get off cigarettes and get off tobacco so they can lead healthier lives. And because when you think about, you know, certainly my job as mayor, but all of our roles as loving individuals in this community is we want those people around us to live long, healthy, and productive lives. And it's hard to do that if you're engaged in unhealthy activity. And that's why efforts like this are so important. It's important when you see Louisville announcing a long-term plan. We call it our Healthy Louisville 2020 plan. It's our city's strategic plan to help us get to this point where every person is living up to their full human potential, and we call that compassion here in our city. So we work on citywide efforts to find creative solutions to what our health problems are. Here we've got cardiovascular disease above the norm in the city because of the Ohio Valley here. We have heart problems, diabetes issues due to health issues. So we all know this, it's here, but how do we get more and more people involved? So we need partners because we're not going to do it by ourselves. We've got great partners. We're working on a bold gold big community health initiative that I know a lot of you all are involved with. Humana is taking the lead on that with 5 cities around the country right now, and we're one of the 5 cities that we're doing that. We do all types of work with Norton, obviously, not just here, but you all are really best in city on our Summer Works program, where you're bringing in young folks and you're teaching them medical careers, and frequently, and you stay with them all the way through their college until you place them here as well. So tremendous partnerships with Norton, not just on this today, but many other areas as well. And then, of course, the YMCA and the city really, while we're not the same organization, we have the same purpose, we have the same values, and we have a lot of the same goals that we set. So when I heard about this program together and the collaboration between Norton's and the Y coming together, I just said this is going to be a success. You've got 2 great organizations that are already proven performers, and we know the best indicator of the future is the past. And so I think you all are going to do really wonderful things here as you get together. Can this make a difference? When you take a look at Norton's, Norton is in our top 3 employers citywide, 13,000 employees, so a tremendous footprint here to spread this out, because it's not going to just affect the 13,000 Norton employees that will hear about this. It will affect their families and friends, et cetera. So, you know, we're probably going to be touching 50,000 people indirectly or directly within this program. So that's 7% of the community's population. So this is a big step for us here today when we're talking about increasing community-wide awareness of health throughout Louisville. So I want to commend Norton for taking this step. I want to thank the Y. We know that they're a proven entity as well. Kind of a short time in business, 163 years for the YMCA. So we think they've got some great staying power, and we also know that they've got tremendous knowledge. Steve Tarver has been a pillar in our community for a long time because he started his career in the Y, he's given his life to the Y, and the tens of thousands of kids and adults that he's affected over this year. He's just a tremendous citizen, and we appreciate the great impact that you've made. We showcase that every year at our Mayor's Thanksgiving Community Breakfast when we celebrate a lot of the great things that we've done throughout the community. So while we talk about our challenges, we got to also celebrate our successes as well, because bottom line is, as a community, we got a lot of wonderful momentum right now. It's being seen all over the world. So working on this area with the Y at Work program will be another point of distinction for us that we can brag about, and most importantly, show results here when we come back in a year or so. I imagine we'll be measuring things pretty well and see how many pounds we've lost and see how much cardiovascular activity or cardio that we've improved over the past year as well. So I look forward to participating more than you may know in this program. All right. Thank you all.
Thanks, Mayor, for the kind words. At this time, What a wonderful, I'm not sure I can do a better introduction for Steve Tarver than you just did, but certainly someone who's been committed to this community for a number of years. And Steve, just love to hear what your thoughts.
Well, good morning. In spite of the color of my hair, I haven't been at the Y for the full 163 years. But I'm honored, and it's a pleasure to be here today, certainly to talk about this. And I never really realized how good that purple and green went together. So I'm excited about that. But you know, the Y has had a long history of having an interest in health, and so as our culture, as has been mentioned, shifts more toward a preventive culture of health, and there are a lot of activities and initiatives and endeavors, both locally and nationally, going on around that topic. It becomes obvious that the community health belongs to the community, not any single organization, agency, or provider. And that's what makes me so very honored to be here today to announce and be part of this partnership. And I think it's a natural thing that we recognize that community health belongs to all of us, and all of us need to take a role in that. You know, as the mayor mentioned, we do have some challenging health demographics that are steeped to some extent in the history and the nature of our state. And so that's not going to turn around overnight, but certainly the idea of creating collaborations, and not just joint use of space. We talk about collaborations where we actually share goals for the community. And that's why, again, I'm so very excited about this. And it makes so much logic that we come together in this endeavor. You know, I think a lot of our motivation, frankly, is very simple. And I would share a quote that I've heard a couple of times spoken by Dr. Tom Frieden, who is the head of our Centers for Disease Control in the United States. And he basically says this. He says, exercise and physical activity is the new wonder drug. And so if we all take that to heart, we can make a big difference in some of the things that we face in that regard. And again, we have very significant partnerships with both Norton Hospital and the Metro Public Health and Wellness Department, and we're great. And so a little bit of the more recent history in the last 6 or 8 years that has come about as a result of that is through these partnerships, particularly with the Metro Health Department. And that is, we have expanded access to fresh fruits and vegetables in some of our food deserts through a corner store initiative that we kind of stole the idea from Philadelphia, the Food Trust in Philadelphia. We were the first city in the country to get what is now a pretty prevalent and rapidly growing program around diabetes prevention. We were the first city outside of the research site in Indianapolis that got this program of behavior change relative to a legitimate medical diagnosis of people that are pre-diabetic. And 58% of those people in that category of health can prevent or postpone the onset of type 2 diabetes through a basic behavioral change program. Norton and the city of Louisville were charter partners in that endeavor when this program came to here. And you may be aware that just recently, in a monumental announcement, the Medicare and the Department of Health and Human Services has said that Medicare will begin to expand their coverage of the diabetes prevention program on a national scale, and that should happen in the next 12 to 18 months. And that is a monumental shift in the attitude that our entire country will take around the issue of health. We have a program to combat childhood obesity for children that are in the 95th percentile of their BMI. These children are significantly challenged with their health. And so with our pediatric physician community and with our other partners, we have that. Again, Norton Hospital in the city, we're charter partners in the National Live Strong program, a program of social connection and well-being following cancer treatment. We obviously, some of the things that you know about the Y, we are the largest provider of child care in the state, and we have what we call HEPA standards that we are taking to our programs as well as expanding into some of the regulatory endeavors. And HEPA stands for Healthy Eating and Physical Activity Guidelines that we're trying to scale across many out-of-school time programs, not only in the city of Louisville, but in the statewide and nationally as well. So we look forward and we recognize the many ways that we will have an opportunity to address and improve the health of our community, because, again, it's all of our job. And I would like to certainly thank the Y team, particularly Mike Bramer, Dave Bell, and Paul McKim, and their work in creating the vision and the partnership for this, to Mayor Fisher, who has inspired our organization so consistently throughout his entire tenure as the mayor by keeping health as one of his 3 cornerstone platforms that he maintains over and over and over again. And of course, to our good friends at Norton Healthcare, Dr. Hester, John Hammond, Allison Ledford, and Steve Reedy. We are honored to be part of this conversation, to be part of this endeavor, and to share with everybody our journey to improving the health of our community. Thank you all very much.
Well, thank you, Steve. Thanks for those words, and just a wonderful partnership. Well, today's a celebration. I invite everyone to stick around at the Y at Work Block Party. Take a tour of the new facility, participate in one of the fitness classes going on outside, and enjoy a healthy barbecue. To kick off the festivities, Mayor Fisher, Steve Tarver, and I will join some of our staff and care providers on the treadmills just to try out the new equipment. But again, thank you all for being here today, and we're certainly excited about this opportunity and what we can do for our employees and their families and this community. Thanks so much.
This has been a Metro TV production, a public service of Louisville Metro government.